From 1994 to 2006, while all of us were here, China constructed a dam, flooding over 1,300 old world sites. What was so important about this location? They needed to relocate over 1.3 million people, telling us that 50,000 graves were also relocated. And doing all of this for preservation, of course. We know that that's not the case. Preservation is a word that we all know so well now. These bodies that were supposedly moved in China were from the previous civilization. They were from the old world, in my opinion. How many bodies did they leave there? And how many of them did not look like us, with 6 fingers and 6 toes? We know exactly what they find when they uncover the old world. We've seen it so many times now. Are you starting to look at dams a little different than before? Are you ready to go even further and see what they submerged in China just a few years ago without any of us noticing? The White Crane Ridge, a supposed 1,200-year-old underwater stone encryption site that recorded ancient water levels and had one of the world's oldest hydrological records. This ancient stone ridge contained inscriptions and carvings dating back, we are told, to the 9th century AD. Now, we all know that this is the old world. This site would have given us an insight to the water levels in this location that are now submerged under 100 feet of water, where we are told that a special underwater museum was created so that visitors can just see it through glass after it was closed to the public and renovated. So who knows what was destroyed while being off limits to all of us? We all know how transparent the renovation projects are at this point. They're as transparent as a brick wall. We all know that renovation really means destruction, especially when they literally flooded the entire location with water on purpose. Remember, we are told, and they admit it, that over 1,300 old world sites, including tombs and burial grounds from multiple dynasties, are all lost and now underwater. Skeletons dating back 2,000 years. Remains from the Ba people. In ancient civilization, the old world. The Ba people, where we see that they had the hanging coffins of the Ba people. Coffins placed in caves or cliffs, with many of these coffins and bodies being lost when the waters of the dam rose. Who was inside those coffins? What did the Ba people look like? Do you think they look like us? Why did they submerge them in the artificial lake? What are we finding? What we are finding is that when a site has too many things, too many old world people, too many old world structures, too many old world sites, so many that they can't simply destroy it. We see it over and over now, all over the world, that they submerge the entire location with a dam. They destroy the entire area with a massive amount of water. Nobody that is truly interested in our history, someone that truly wants to preserve and protect our past, they would never do this. They would never submerge 1,300 old world sites with water and completely destroy the true history. This is the complete opposite of what all of us would do, and we all know it now. Fengdu Ghost City is one of the 1,300 sites that was wiped out by this dam, an old world site that is believed to be the gateway to the afterlife. With the original town being submerged, China destroyed the supposed gateway to the afterlife. Are you ready to go deeper? Welcome to episode 122 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day, and if you're new, welcome. Imagine winning a prize worth over $100,000 just for drinking coffee. A brand new Cybertruck and $30,000 in cash could be yours. But this is your last week to enter. It ends April 20th. 1775 Coffee is fueling this giveaway, and every dollar you spend equals an entry. No hoops, no selling your data to some tech giant, just small batch, single origin, coffee that's roasted weekly and proudly supports free speech, independent media, and your freedom. 1775 Coffee is the official coffee of free thinkers, hard workers, and the Rumble crowd that doesn't cave to the narrative. If Rumble is the platform for uncensored truth, 1775 is the coffee that keeps it all moving. Go to 1775coffee.com. Use code LUNCHBREAK and save 15% on your next order before the giveaway ends. This giveaway is valued at over $100,000 and somebody's walking away with it. And with 1 week left, it could be you. Make sure you go to 1775coffee.com and use code LUNCHBREAK and get your 15% off right now. And I want to thank all of our sponsors over on Patreon. Thank you to FlatEarthDave.com. You can check out his app, the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac app. I'll put the link right in the description. And you can use my referral code, MLB. If you click the Tartaria button, you'll see the My Lunch Break playlist right here. The app is awesome. Thank you to Rebecca K, David and Sherry Ferguson, Chuck Templeton, Joy Lee, Stephanie Nolan, the Burlesons, Suez KC, Edwin Rice, Helmut, Charles Kruger, Don Gaston, Dan Woodall, Dale, DJ Clicktrack, Jacob Law, Jim Ribley and Christine Duggan, Kyle Glascock, BKTFnews.org, Ben Dries NL, Natalie Shippenoff, Melissa Edgar, Biggles, Clayton Lamar, Double Task Homestead, John Adams, Roberts O'Zolins, The Arnolds, Attila Power, Forbidden Gecko Love, Justin Grobner Grubb, Leah Strong, Dakota Dunn, Ivan Apoctoli, EdgarT-shirts.com, Jason Hochberg, Marie C., Kyle Logan, Alina and Chris the IT guy, Michael Dingu, Patriot Armory, Tom O'Hara, Michael D. Connor, C3SCOB, Jeffrey Temple, SonyaDane.com, James Alt, Bucksui, Jason Prest, Suki Warrior, We the People, Migs, Mark Chapman, Muji and DeClan, Ariana Oates, Jenica Joyce, Nathan Burba, Ski, Beacon of Truth, Liberty's Arborist, Thomas Thorpe Peterson, Zinger Coffee and Tea, Kay Moore, DevlinMcGregor.com, Diamond Jewel, David Rauschenbach, Emily Maryland, Felipe, Curious Cat, Mike D, etc. Lori Hedvig Johnson, Ellie Annie, Seth Craigo, D Woods, Glenn Gunderson, Mousie's Mouse Cheese Records, Robert's Brain is Gone, Extreme Reality Check, Wayne T, Late for Dinner, Wanakar Camo, Paolo Goncalves, Blake, Rick Tapke, Ducks, MDF, TFB, William Richard Jeffries V, Dax Bilchek and Son, Dylan Mugenberg, Leonard Insalacro, Robert Petro, Katz Hill, Susie Q, Yark 143, Sven Eric, Janet Elizabeth, Dr. Mom, Carrie, Kitty Kitties, Making Eagles, GOL, I'm Patriot, Doc Halo, Kenneth Putt, Brenna Fernandez, Paraduction, Henry's Mom, Necrodemonics, A&W Kerrigan, Tim Skin, Rod Wah, Growl-Shaped Beacon, Sweetest of Peas, Corbin Mechanical, Buck, VKH Bonner, Laurel L. Burnett, The Meta Center Chicago, Ardra Rogers, Breaking Bigfoot, Lisa Boutwell, AP, Sean Hupp, Rydian and the Residuals, Road Warrior, Jimmy Jacobs, Bruce Latour, Anna Marley and Nunzio, Lucy, The Lady Lacey Show, Shiba Shaba in the Darkness. You guys are all awesome and helping this channel out a lot. Fengdu Ghost City, an old world site that is believed to be the gateway to the afterlife. A site that we are told hell is open to everybody, and the invitation is not negotiable. And all of this is now underwater. Yeah, I'm not gonna be getting my scuba outfit on for this one. I'll leave that up to somebody else, but I'm still gonna cover it. The old world, in my opinion, 100% had beings that were here that did not look like us at all. And I believe that these depictions, these stone statues, they are depicting the true history. I believe that they represent a much clearer story about our true past. The horned individual here represents the ox head with a human body, which is one of the two guardians of the underworld in Chinese mythology, serving under King Yama, who is the ruler of the afterlife, and are responsible for capturing and escorting the souls of the dead to judgment. And this is depicted in cartoons, without us even knowing it. And so many people just sat their kids in front of the TV and had no idea what they were watching. The original town is now submerged and under the water because of this dam, with this ox-headed character being a demon enforcer of the underworld, capturing wandering spirits, and ensures that souls are properly processed in Dayu, or Chinese hell. One thing that I know for sure about this place that we all live is that we're not told the truth about it one bit. We are not told how in-depth it really is, and hiding the true history, I believe, is the key. Because I believe the previous civilization, they fully understood this place that we live. They understood all of this. They knew the locations to go to, and they also knew which locations not to go to. And I'm gonna have to say that this is probably a location that you don't want to go to. This is all in my opinion, of course, and all based on my research to this point. You are always free to think whatever you like, and I've said that since the very beginning. So this location is now completely underwater here. This dam in China was approved in 1992 by the National People's Congress with an unusually low 67.75% approval rate. And why would that be? I don't know. Maybe because they're gonna destroy 1,300 old world sites. This dam completely destroyed a massive amount of China's true history, with the reservoir flooding a total area of 156,000 acres of land. Can you even imagine what is underwater now? And all of this happening just a few years ago, while we were all here. And this thing flows right through a city that's been in the news. Now, we've been told that 1,300 old world sites were destroyed due to this dam. And after hours and hours of research, me and my team were all talking, and we're all having the same exact issue. The same sites keep coming up. The ones that we have discussed so far today, but nothing else. There are 1,300 sites submerged in water, and we were getting the same few sites over and over and over, and nothing else. And that's when it hit us, that somebody is not allowing this information to be publicly known today. In other words, there is more. Before we go on, let's take a minute and thank all of our badge members. It's incredible how much you're all helping this channel. You're all awesome. Thank you to our Patreons, all of our subscribers, and everybody who likes the episodes. All of this helps push the episodes to brand new people every single day. We are on YouTube, Rumble, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. We are all told that 1,300 sites were all lost due to this dam. Countless undocumented tombs, many burial sites, weapons, tools, all from the old world. 1,300 sites. I cannot emphasize this enough. Remember, this whole area was so big, they couldn't destroy it any other way. They had to flood it. And we honestly should have been able to have over 500 episodes on this place alone, exposing all of these sites that are now underwater. Basically, none of them come up in the research. They are all undocumented now. They are all submerged and destroyed forever. Who is doing this? Well, who did this? Who constructed this dam? The Chinese government did. And we all know this because they told us. And who is controlling this narrative? The Chinese government. The Chinese government tightly controls information about the negative consequences of the Three Gorges Dam, with many archaeological findings and cultural losses not widely published or are intentionally buried to avoid criticism, with researchers often lacking access to excavation records or reports. And there we have it. Information about our true history, once again, off limits to the public, me and you. Over and over, we see this. The mainstream narrative worldwide is manipulated and controlled and works together. It's not the true history at all. They wiped out 1,300 sites from the old world, and now they won't even tell us what they wiped out. I don't believe the mainstream history has any legs left to stand on. I believe that it's a story for people that really don't want to see the truth. You cannot submerge the truth and then not even tell everybody what you submerged. And after submerging it and not telling anybody about it and hiding what you submerged, you then tell us that we have to trust your story. This isn't working at all anymore, with many official reports on the archaeological sites never made public, making it extremely difficult to track exactly what was lost. We were given like 10 sites total that were submerged, but we were told that there was over 1,300. And this is when my mind has to ask, was there even more? Was there thousands of sites? What's under the water now that we missed before 2012? The Yangtze River, covering over 156,000 acres of land now. What did we miss? The next time somebody builds a dam, you and me will be watching. You will know to go and see what is about to be destroyed. Not every single dam are attacks on the past, but we know now that this is 100% a tactic to wipe out the true past, to wipe out the history, to easily wipe out a location, a massive one that is overwhelming to the mainstream narrative. With rushed excavations, the sites were never fully explored, stating that some sites could have challenged or complicated China's official historical narratives. Let me read that again. That some sites could have challenged or complicated China's official historical narratives. And there we have it. After the amount of documented evidence that we've found right here on this channel, the mainstream narrative, the groups that are put in charge of the excavations, there's so much secrecy, blocking sites off, destroying so many old world structures, fires, wars, and bombs. In what world does the mainstream history sound like a truthful, transparent story? I really can't imagine anyone still being on the fence at this point. Yeah, let's just wipe out 1,300 sites that are from the old world and never tell anybody about them. If we don't say anything about them, all of these people are just gonna forget about them. Did we forget about them? No. So let's go try to bring them back to life. We know that Kaixian County was targeted by the dam. It was one of the oldest inhabited areas in the Three Gorges region, where the entire ancient town, the old world temples, and all of the archaeological sites being flooded, with unknown sites that were never fully excavated, just like we talked about. With detailed public records of these submerged sites being limited, the mainstream narrative is set up to hide the truth. This is insane, making it challenging to identify and research them individually. Inadequate documentation and preservation efforts during the dam's construction. And I'm gonna tell you what, this gets crazy. This is how bad China wanted to hide Kaixian County. The county was named Kaixian County before the dam. And after China constructed this dam and flooded it, they literally renamed it to Kaijiao District. And when you search for Kaixian, the results redirect you to its new name, to Kaijiao District, which focuses on the newly built town and not the historical sites that are now underwater. No complete records of this site were ever published to the public. In the early 2000s, Western archaeologists tried to document what was being lost, but China shut them down. What did they submerge in Kaixian County? What did they submerge? Obviously something incredible. They told us that they found weapons from the old world. They found tools. These sites would have blown us away. They would have destroyed the mainstream narrative. Again, all of this is in my opinion, but we all know it. Now, we are told that the official reason for China constructing the dam was to prevent future flooding to create energy production, and to allow for larger cargo ships, where this is now extremely debatable. And should we just blow everybody's mind? Here we go. Li Qingyuan, a Chinese herbalist, martial artist, and tactical advisor. He died in 1933. He claimed to have been born in 1736. Did this man have knowledge from the previous civilization? We all know about Dilmun. We know a lot about the Sumerian king's list and how Gilgamesh found a plant to help him live for a very long time. And we also know about this location in China, Kaixian County, that is now submerged in water. A herbalist that lived for hundreds of years. What did he know? And where did he live? Don't tell me that he lived in Kaixian County. Li Qingyuan, this Chinese herbalist, he resided in Kai County, now called Kaixian District, where Kai County is the exact same place. It is Kaixian County, and now called Kaixian District, which means that the Chinese herbalist that allegedly lived for 256 years spent his life in the exact same place that is now submerged in the Three Gorges Dam. I believe that this was never about a dam. They told us it was about energy. They tell us that it's about flood control. They tell us it was about progress. We have seen this now too many times. Because when history doesn't fit their narrative, they don't debate it. They just destroy it. And when there's too many things to erase, they submerge it under hundreds of feet of water. 1,300 sites and possibly more. Gone. Buried beneath water. Not just ruins. Not just artifacts, but tombs, graves, skeletons. And not just any skeletons. Who were these people? What did they look like? And why did they make sure we would never see them? Because we already know what we would find. When we dig deep enough, we have found 6 fingers, we have found 6 toes, and skulls that don't match the history books. Elongated skulls being found all over the world. Massive people. So what did they find in Kaixian County? A place that was so important that they didn't just flood it. They literally erased its name from existence. Kaixian County is gone and replaced with Kaixian District. And when you search for Kaixian, it redirects you every single time. It's like it never existed, but we know what was there. This wasn't just an ancient city. It was home to Li Qingyuan, a man who allegedly lived for 256 years. So I have to ask, was this really about a dam? Or was this about hiding something massive, so undeniable that they couldn't let us see it? Because in my opinion, this wasn't an accident. This wasn't for progress. This was about burying something they never wanted us to find. And now, they thought we'd never look back, but we are. And I'm gonna tell you what, we're not even close to stopping.